How does something like this even happen? My wife hired a hitman to kill me, so I faked my own death. That is mad. But you know how smart the man has to be to fake his own death. You know what, guys? Let's just get into the video.
This guest story rivals any Hollywood thriller. After finding out his wife hired a hitman to kill him, Ramon Souza resorted to enormous extremes in order to stop her.
Well, he decided to fake his own murder, and he joins us now from Houston, Texas, to tell us more. Hi, Ramon. It's great to see you this morning. And
So is the Americans.
this really is the most extraordinary story.
So, 9 years after separating from your first wife, you met Maria, who will be now known as Lulu, that she was known as Lulu. How did you meet?
He met her as Maria, but she's now known as Lulu. Nah, this guy was set up.
We met around the year 2009 at a dance club, a salsa club here in Houston. She was a beautiful lady that I just, couldn't keep.
Now there's punching, and then there's that. She's actually very good looking, and he just looks like he kind of looks like a creep. I won't even lie. That's sad to say, but she just looks way younger. You know them ones.
I asked off on the dance floor. We danced the night away, and it was funny how we met. She actually came around and stepped on my toe just to get my attention, and all I could do was just ask her to dance. We danced the night away, and that's where it all started.
And things went pretty well from there. I mean, you say that
She stepped on your toe to get your attention. Bro, if she's stepping on your toes, she's stepping on your shoes. Respect your shoes, man. You had to ask her to dance. Nah. That's not it, bro. It started off all
We
wrong.
danced the night away, and that's where it all started.
And things went pretty well from there. I mean, you say that during your early relationship, she treated you like a king.
Yeah, she was so wonderful. At the time when we were just dating, she was the type of person that we were at a gathering with friends or family, and if I had a drink, if my drink would be even halfway, she would get, right there with another drink. And my friends and family would be like envying me, like, wow, how'd you find somebody like that? She's a wonderful person. She loved my family, she loved my kid, and she was just perfect at the beginning.
So, in 2009, you go down on one knee, you propose, and then on the 15th of March 2010, the day that should be the happiest in your life, hopefully without any sort of hiccups or issues, your wedding day, a day to be enjoyed. And what did Lulu's mother, after you got married, Lulu's mother whisper in your ear?
In hindsight, that was one that should have been the first red flag in my relationship with Lulu, and everything.
The first red flag is she's stepping on your toe, bro.
And it was the most wonderful, like you said, it should have been the most wonderful day of my life. Well, they're married. We were just got married. Everybody was congratulating us. And her mother walked up to me and gave me a hug. And then she whispered in my ear, "Now she's your trouble," and just walked away.
Oh, my God.
And I took it as, okay,
I won't lie, that's kind of innocent, though.
I mean, I didn't know what to say. I was just in shock, but at the same time, there were so many things going through my head that I was just happy to be married. But that should have been the first red flag right there.
Yeah, it should have been. And the thing is, everything was very happy and plain sailing up to this point, but then the cracks started to show. So when did you realise things were going wrong between you?
I would say after the third year of marriage, she had now become an American citizen because she had come to this country, from a previous relationship that she had in Mexico City.
Red flag. Red flag. She's not a citizen of the US. She had a relationship in Mexico. She fled from Mexico to the US. Found a man from the US that was just, I wouldn't say desperate, but easy. Next thing you know, she's married. Oh, I don't want to be with this guy no more. Let's just set him up so I could be free. Wow, I should be a detective, you get me?
She claimed to me that she was in a bad relationship with her ex-husband, and she came to this country for a better life, and she was a mother of two, and her older son. That's when the issue started happening. He's really never had a father figure, so I became his father figure, and sometimes we had our bump into to each other. With he just wanted to be the man in the house, and I said, "Look, young man, and as long as you live under my roof, I put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your stomach. I'm the man in the house. There's only one man in the house." But he was just going the wrong way, and Lulu was always taken up on his side. And, you know, we were going, that's what it all started. Just merging the families was a little difficult.
Well, it got really quite ugly, and she was making some serious allegations, all of which were disproved later on. And in 2015, she filed for divorce. And you say you weren't shocked, you were sad, but you were still living together. She was upstairs, you were downstairs. And so at this point, I mean, you have got very sort of successful gym and health business, and so you are told by one of your, I think this is right, one of the guys who's at your gym who happens to be an ex-gangster called Mundo. So you hear him, or he tells you he's overheard a conversation.
Yeah, let me tell you about Mundo. Mundo's a young man that I had mentored back in around the year 2000. He was an ex-gang member, had a rough life. You know, he wanted to change his life around. He came to my gym at the time. And he became a real good friend of mine. I used to tell people he became like my third son. And he helped me at the gym. And he just happened to he knew what was going on with me and Lulu at the time. We were going through a very difficult divorce. And I wasn't at the gym at the time. And he just happened to walk into a conversation that Lulu was having with her daughter, out of all people. And her daughter was telling her that there was somebody in the gym, a kid in the gym, that knew people, that had a family member in Mexico that would chop people up for money or kill people for money. And
Raw. So it's not even like one of them ones where I hired a hitman with Bitcoin or certain untraceable things. I got a hitman in Mexico that would chop man up, not even just get rid of you, chop you up. Oh my days.
Lulu told her, well, we might be able to use them. And that's when Mundo overheard that conversation and told Lulu, are you guys talking about Ramon? You know, you guys need to be careful, you know, who you're talking about, or what you're saying around people, because you never know who's listening. And sure enough, that's when, you know, Mundo made the decision, and the reason that I'm sitting here talking to you right now, that he saved my life, because that's when he told Lulu that, you know what, I have the people that might do the job, and told them that, you know, I have some people that can, you know, take care of them for you.
And that's very significant because that brings in the next part of this story. So you've just found out that your wife is planning to get a hitman to have you murdered. You go and speak to the police and they said that they need more evidence. And that's when you and Mundo decide to plant your own sting here. So by him sowing that seed, saying that he knows people, now you and Mundo can pretend to be that hitman.
That's hard. So this ex-criminal, which is now his third son, pretended that he knew a hitman, but he was really teaming up, and then he faked his death for evidence to show to the police that his wife was trying to kill him.
On the phone and speak to your wife yourselves.
Yeah, it was Mundo's idea. Like I said, he was an ex-gang member. He's a street guy. I wasn't. I mean, I've always been around boxing, and I've never had that life. So he knew the street life and how to go about all that. And he pretended. Well, he was having a conversation with Lulu, because he asked me, look, we're going to sit. I'm going to start meeting with her and you know, record all the conversations on my phone in my pocket. And then after that, I would meet with him in the evening, and I would listen to the conversations that we're having. And I was just so upset that this is, at the time, still my wife, the things she was saying and how she wanted me dead. But we had so much information, and then Mundo said, you know, I'm going to go for it now. I'm going to tell her that I had the two hitmen, and you're going to play the hitman. I was playing my own hitman, you know. So
well, you got a burner phone. So so the two hitmen, one of you is Paco, the other is John Boy, who in fact were Mundo and you. She had no idea the hitman she was talking to was you on a burner phone. I mean,
He spoke to his wife on a burner phone, and she didn't realize it was his voice. What?
Heartbreaking to read all of those messages, but from your point of view,
it was a text message. Okay.
From her point of view, this is it. She is organising your hit. She is organising to have you murdered. And so you decide, right, OK, well, this is a wealthy weight of evidence here. You take it to the police and
What? Imagine your wife murdering you while trying to get you murdered. Flipping. People say, why have I got trust issues? Wow.
Police then saying, this is quite extraordinary, because this was all new to them as well. They say, right, OK, but in order to really get her, you've got to look like you've been killed.
Yeah, you know, at the time we took
So the text messages weren't enough. for someone to pretend to be a hitman and the wife being like, yeah, this is what it looks like, this is what he does, how much am I getting paid? That's not enough. America's built different. Wow.
To the police, we thought we had enough to, for them to arrest her. So they said, they came in and brought in the FBI. They brought all the different agencies to take over the case, and they used an undercover officer to pretend that was one of the hitmen, like Pac or John Boy, to start meeting with her, and make her believe that that was one of the hitmen, and she had no idea that.
Oh, the FBI are cold.
I was an undercover officer, and they kept using conversations and get enough evidence to arrest her. But at the time, they said, when they finally had enough, they said, you know what, Ramon? They brought me in, and they told me, we have enough evidence to arrest her, but we just, in case we go to trial, we don't want this case, one of the jurors to have a problem.
This is where it becomes sort of like a Hollywood movie, because you're there with the police, you're on YouTube, because none of them know how to make a body look like it's been shot.
They got enough to arrest her, but when it goes to trial, they don't want it to be overturned. Oh my life.
And so you were there with the police. You set up the day, you set up the fake death, you do the makeup, and we're going to show a picture now. This is of Ramon. Quite obviously, this is a fake picture. It is a bit distressing, but he's not dead, obviously, because we're talking to him right now. But he is made up. A shallow grave is dug.
Raw. Oh. No way. That's what they made his body look like. I won't lie. Even I would have believed that. I would have been like, yep, he's dead. No need to check the pulse. Just cover him up, dig him a grave, get him gone. You get me?
You strip down to your boxers. They throw dirt on you, do the makeup, take 30 pictures, and that is essentially. Then you go to ground for 3 days. So your family think you're dead, your kids think you're dead, your mum and dad think you're dead, all to get her.
Everyone thought he was dead. Well, I guess that's true. 'Cause if she had to think he's dead, so did everyone else have to think that, like, he's dead, innit? But you can't let everyone know that you're faking your death, because then word goes around and she's like, whoa, he's not really dead. Shit, I need to flee back to Mexico and them things there. Wow.
And this is the moment that she was arrested.
Detective Martinez with the constable's office. I had a few questions for you. Is there somewhere we can talk?
Raw. As if she would do that.
When's the last time you saw Mr. Sosa?
We saw him on Wednesday 15th, the last day.
She's even got a little bit of an accent.
The last time you saw him?
That's the last time I saw him.
So he hasn't contacted you in the last 24 hours?
No.
When's the last time you checked your phone to make sure you don't have a missed call? Okay, Miss Sosa, stand up, please. You're under arrest. Okay, you're under arrest.
Why?
Okay. Ma'am, it's okay. Stay back. We have a warrant.
Well, she pleaded guilty. She's currently serving 20 years in prison for what she did to you. When you saw her...
But why? Why not just leave? Or just, you were living in the same house but separate. Why not just leave? Now you're in prison. Like, where's your son? Where's your son? Gang banging, fam.
How did you feel about this woman who was once the love of your life?
Yeah, it was very sad. I had so much rage, but sadness at the same time, knowing that this is a person that at one time we were in love, and I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life together, and here I was in court, and she's being charged with solicitation of capital murder to kill me, out of all people, the person that helped her and her kids and got her, everything she wanted in this country.
But
Can you
also,
forgive her?
when she was told that you had been shot dead and found in the woods in a shallow grave, she laughed.
Yeah, that was a horrible thing,
She laughed. Nah, she's messed up. She's messed up.
Saw her video of the undercover officer showing the picture of me dead that you just showed, and then she laughed. She was just happy, raising her hands up in the air like she just hit the lotto. And that really bothered me a lot, saying, like, wow. And she had the nerve to ask the officer, he's not getting up, right? He's dead. And he was like, no, he's dead. He's not getting up.
And so you then obviously as part of this sting, you had to go underground for 3 days and your family and all your loved ones, your kids, believe you're dead. How do you make that conversation to come back and say, I'm alive, I'm here? There's a lot of unpicking to do.
I swear it's illegal to fake your own death, but I guess in this case, it's not, because he was working with the FBI and all of that. So, like, they sorted everything out. That's a bit mad, though. Imagine your kids thinking you're dead and then, surprise!
One of the worst ones was my mother, because she found out she found out about this whole thing because nobody knew what was going on. She found out on TV. She just happened, it made, the news that day when she was arrested. And then they showed her picture and they showed, of course, me. And my mother saw me on TV and then she just fell out crying and I couldn't get to her fast enough. And that was very, very sad. And then calling my kids, it was horrible listening to my daughter cry. She just thought that I was dead.
I can't imagine what that does to everyone's head.
No,
but she was caught, as Holly said, she's behind bars for 20
Surely
years.
they could have told the family, though. Like his mom, his dad, his kids. But then kids talk a lot, but still.
The wonderful thing is here is that you've forgiven her, which is, I think, good for your heart and good for your head, but that you've found love again with a professional person, and that is wonderful. We won't go any further than that. We'll allow you your privacy on that one. But it is the most incredible story. I've got a feeling you'll be hearing from Netflix in the next 20 minutes or so.
Too.
Netflix, you're welcome. That is an incredible story. We're glad you're okay, Ramon, and thank you for telling it.
Thank you. Good to
Mad
talk to you.
thing. Man said he found love again. After what love just did to him, he found love again. He just needs to stay away from the Mexicans still, because clearly didn't work out. I kind of want to see his new girl. You get it? If that was his type, then he's gone for it again. But no one's dumb enough to go do the same thing twice. Surely not. So I got trust issues, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love my reaction. Peace. Take care of yourself, yeah?